Hello, welcome to Orchids 365. In today's video, we're going to be acclimating one of the orchids that I bought at the festival. I haven't done a video like this in a while, and I think it's important to discuss how to care for the variety of orchids that we bring home. So in this instance, I do not recommend repotting during the winter time. I waited till the sun came out to do this video, but when you buy international orchids and they're traveling in moss or completely bare root, it's important to get them out of these bags and into media that is safe to grow in your environment. In this case, if you saw my Miami video, at the end I shared an orchid haul. This is the BCT Pink Panther, which is a cross of the Mai Tai, which I'm obsessed with because of freckles. So I decided I would do this video with you guys because sometimes we all want some advice, and some of us may be scared to touch the roots or to do anything. But in this case, it helps us see the health of the plant. It helps us see, what kind of surprises we have in store. So the first thing I'm going to do is start squishing it like this a little bit. See, make sure everything comes out easy. I'm going to secure the tag because it's very, very windy. So I'm going to secure it under one of my other orchids, which is probably tilted too. So after you give it a squeeze, you're going to see that these little flimsy pots that you get them in, well, I don't even consider them pots, guys. I mean, come on. So then you are going to start loosening up the moss. And in this case, you see how easily that chunk of moss came out? So you're going to do that all around. I always wear gloves because you kind of don't want to be, I don't know, there may be a hitchhiker that you don't know where it's coming from. You don't want to add that to your ecosystem here in your garden. These are all the little things that I consider. It's also very important that you separate every single new plant from your collection. And so you have acclimated them and you have checked that there's nothing wrong. So I'm going to keep the spike because there's flowers there that I want to enjoy. So everything is intact. The roots could use a little help, but that's not a problem. That's why we are repotting it. So I'm going to put her down. I'm going to put all this stuff, wrap it up in the bag and put it aside because I am going to definitely toss it. So I am combining her with the same plant but full of buds in an effort to grow a very beautiful large species plant, because when I saw them, you guys, and it was at the very end of the show, and I saw that they had marked them down at 2 for $20, I was like, this is a steal. I can't, I have to risk it. I was done shopping at that point, but as you can imagine, this got me. So let me show her now that, see, it's got 2 buds, 3 buds, another 2 buds. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then these flowers are already on the way out. So I had all these spikes. So I'm probably just these are probably gonna fall right off. Let's take this one off. This one, they've all pretty much withered on this spike. I might just cut that spike off so she doesn't have to use her energy on that. So let's do that. Let's cut it. I'm gonna use these sticks to prop them up. It has really good, they're not even wood, they're like metal sticks. They're good, especially since I'm gonna pot her up. So I cut that stem, and then she has like a broken leaf, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to trim because I don't know, I feel bad seeing it like that. So it looks a little bit better. It's very important that you sterilize this. It's already been sterilized to work between the plants, anytime you have plants. So we got her out. We're gonna give her a little squeeze. And again, begin to carefully, this is great. It's coming right off, guys. Take out all of this yucky moss. Most of the time when they come internationally, they're just divisions, and then it's really easy. Okay, I think a thrip is crawling on my arm, which is, wow. Which is exactly why I tell you guys that you cannot put these next to your other orchids. Okay, they did travel together here. I'm just checking for anything else besides that. Nope, nothing else. She's definitely going to go somewhere on her own and get a good spray when I'm done. Okay, so we did the most complicated part, which is making sure they're all cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead, hose them down a little, and come back and show you where I'm going to put it. I also want to toss all that stuff since I had a bug come out. I'll be right back. Every time I do a repotting video, I share what I do, my mix. I always have charcoal. I always have sponge rock. And I always have I usually use Orchiata. This is some fir bark that I had left that I've been using. Yeah, it's okay, but I'm still for the orchiata. Like this was because I completely ran out and I had to make mix because if I don't take care of these plants, they don't stand a chance. So I'm gonna use the small orchid basket. It's got like a good 5.5 inches inside. See? Um, it has my Orchid 365 and my Be Kind, and I love them. You can put wire hangers, you can hang them. If you want to put them on your shelf, it's got these little bumps, little legs that helps it sit up so it is not sitting in moisture when you put it on your orchid shelf. So the first thing I'm going to do is test for size. So you never want to pot up your orchid in the bottom. You always want to have a little bit of about an inch, depending on the pot, inch and a half, where her roots are in the media, but she's not buried in the media because that's not good. So we're going to start trying for size. So I'm going to pour a little bit of my mix in there. Okay. I'm going to put whatever I dropped back in. And then I'm going to see how far they sit. Okay. See, that's way too low. We got to come up a little bit higher. I'm going to back up so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, that was probably a little much. That's why I always have my cup here. So when it says for size here, you know what? It actually wasn't a lot. It was good. I hope you guys can hear me because it's really windy, so my wind chime is going absolutely bananas. But it is a pretty sound, right? Ooh, I like how that looks. I'm thinking it's just kind of big. I don't want to... This one's pretty tiny. All right. Let's see if they like being sisters. See if we can find a way. This is tricky because it's easier when you just have one, but I want to make sure that... Oh, I like how that looks. What do you guys think? I'm holding it up. Not too buried. See where the media goes? It's like halfway. A little bit less than halfway. Because I have space for the root balls. So, let's see if these two... The trick when you put this in the basket is as you are burying the root balls, okay, you're making sure that the stems are not buried and you want to press down as much as you can so the media goes down, and you want to press because there's a rule when you repot orchids. They cannot wiggle. They wiggle, they're not going to make it. See, this one is a little too wiggly, so I have to find a way to steady them. Oh my gosh, I'm worried you guys can't hear me with the wind chime. It's going crazy. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like how they're still trying to wiggle and fall off. So I'm going to push the stake deep into the pot and clip her. And that kind of works. And there's another stake here full of buds. So this is a tricky one. It's way easier when you're not dealing with buds. Way easier. Usually I would cut all the spikes off, but this thing is really trying to bud and I don't want to do that. I kind of want to be enjoying. These flowers are driving me crazy. When I saw it, and I enabled our orchid grandma, that's what we're going to call her, Gladys, to buy one as well. When I showed them to her, she's like, that is absolutely gorgeous. I need it. Okay, there you go. I think I buried the stake a little bit deeper. Now I have to like play this game where the spike meets it. There you go. It's a little bit of oh, it went even further, but then I can't put the oh my god, you guys, I still can't function. There's nothing left of me after Tamayami. It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and find a bigger one. Actually, I don't have to really stake up the flower. I'm just gonna get the there you go. I think that this one's firm and the other one just feels a little wobbly. So I'm going to continue just putting media, just pushing down until I can do the no wobble. I think I'm going to get some Lega and put it on top, you know, because it looks pretty. I'll be right back. I buy these little clay beads in large quantities too. I sometimes put it in my mix. I sometimes put it like I'm doing right now. Like I'll put like to top it off and to make sure that nobody's wobbly. I really hope this orchid makes it. Sometimes they get stressed, but it wasn't gonna make it how it came to me. And now, hopefully, this will do the trick. So this is the small orchid basket that we are designing. And guys, I mean, come on. So the flower is a little bit withered right now. It's been through some, but oh my gosh, look at that. Imagine if all these buds open. I'm gonna go, if it does, I'm gonna either make a short, or also if I do a blooming video, I'll include her there. But if you have any questions about repotting or anything, let me know. I met a lot of people that needed help growing orchids this weekend. I welcome you to my channel if you're here. I do have my repotting mounting videos in a playlist. So if you click on playlist, you can find my repotting, my mounting, my tutorials, everything you need to know. We are here to learn from each other and to grow together. And it doesn't matter how long you've been growing. If you've been growing your whole life, if you've been growing just a couple of years, if you're brand new, we all learn by doing things. And we have to make mistakes to be better growers. Okay? Thank you for joining me. I hope this video was helpful, and always remember to please be kind. Catch you next time. Bye.